Here with head coach Trevor Large following the Griffs 6-4 setback to Robert Morris. Coach, as always, just start with your overall thoughts on tonight's game.
I mean, I'll say out executed. I thought our obviously offense is enough to score in a game like that. Big game is what it felt like, obviously, at the beginning. A little bit of back and forth. I thought our defensive responsibility really hurt us tonight. Just some errors from guys in moments where, we were giving up odd man rushes after odd man rushes. I liked our start. Obviously, we scored enough goals, but we need to keep them out of the net. Tough break for Petter to, first play in the third period. It's not a good goal that ends up being the game winner. So we go back to Buffalo licking our wounds and expect a big response from us returning to Buffalo.
How do you get the team to lock in defensively? Because, as you said, offense hasn't been the issue. But on a night like tonight, you get out to that 2-0 lead, and but you were giving up chances left and right there. If you maybe lock it down defensively, it might different outcome. How do you get the guys to lock in and play a better defensive style?
It's a great question. It's not an unknown thing. That's probably the most where most of the frustration lies, especially this time of year. We should expect playoff hockey. We should expect the games to be very difficult and physical and require, a commitment that every play matters. And right now we don't have enough guys that are making the right choices. We're lingering. We are, taking unnecessary risks. And when you do that against any team, especially Robert Morris, who's really good on line rushes, we gave up a lot. Self-imposed. It will be discussed. It will be shown. And it will be an expectation that those things are gone. The reality is hockey's a game of mistakes. We just made too many of them tonight. So we have to, look internal. I know the solution is in the room. And we will be better for it. At least that is the plan.
You made some line juggles tonight. You moved some guys around. Thoughts on that and anything good or bad that you take from that moving forward, or just, something to try to, to stir up the lineup a little bit after last night's game?
Well, I thought Haldenby's line was the best throughout the weekend. I thought, Porter and Walt needed some grit and skating, and I think they got that with Chids there. Dermo's not, he's not at 100% of what he can be and how he plays. Obviously, missing a half of a season. I'm going to say I like those. Cook went in, got a little bit of time there. Phillips hasn't played in a while, got in a game. There's a little bit of rotation there. I didn't think any of them were necessarily negative, and I didn't think any of them were the difference in the game. So we're trying to find the right recipe. We know it's in the locker room. We're trying to find the guys that are going to compete and play hard and play defense and be able to chip in. But I thought Haldenby's line was our best, and Price had a really good night again tonight.